Welcome to Outback Outdoors. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click the alert to stay up to date on all our new videos.
I love everything outdoors, but I live for archery elk hunting. I strive to be in the field every day for the elk rut. I do this by guiding for most of the season, but this creates a challenge of finding time for my personal hunts. This is where Montana, with its longer archery season, is a great option for me to get a focused hunt in for myself. The chance to continue chasing elk with my bow and hunt the later phase of the rut brings me north to Big Sky Country. Well, it's great to be back in Montana. These Montana hunts are real special to me. I love hunting and guiding in Colorado, but being I'm guiding so much in Colorado, I just get a day here or there for myself to hunt. And when I draw this Montana tag I'll draw every 2 to 3 years, it's a chance for me to really have a focused hunt for myself. I'm so glad there's a state that has a longer archery season than what Colorado runs. But here in Montana, this is a different year up here. In the typical years, where the prime feed and water is located really concentrates the elk. This year, these pastures are as green as they are in June. There's water standing out in these ag fields. There's water and prime feed everywhere. This area of Montana is very low elk populations, very low elk densities. But a lot of times, low densities is where you find your bigger racked animals too. And I've been fortunate enough to have taken some beautiful bulls here in Montana. But knowing that there's not many elk, my whole hunt is much more cautious, much more patient here.
The river shining beneath that ghost white Texas moon. I can feel the gunfire.
After glassing and looking for sign for several days, it became clear this was going to be a very challenging hunt. The rut was very soft, and we observed very little bugling or rutting activity. Prime feed and water were everywhere. There was nothing to concentrate the elk. Location calls were not getting any responses. Finding elk, not to mention a mature bull, was turning into a much more difficult task than in years past.
Finally located some cows, and with the cows is a nice mature bull. Seen a few satellite bulls just out wandering around on their own. We were going to go make a play when we saw that decent satellite bull, and the farmer sprayed the field to terminate it, and now he's replanting it. So that pattern was over. That put us back up on our glassing point, and this bull finally showed. I'm wondering if this is the bull I've heard bugle a few times on the backside of this ridge that we tried to locate this morning. Looks like he just came over this side. We got plenty of daylight, but elk, again, the low density of elk in this area. I don't want to push it. Want to be smart, play the wind. If we can get in, make a play, we're going to do it. You can see, no doubt in my mind, it would be one of the best bulls of my life.
There he is. Do you see him? He's raking his antlers in the dirt right now. Well, a couple things. One, the elk never went a direction where we could go cut him off. Two, we lost sight of that big bull. It took us 3 days to find a herd of elk. We know where they're at now. We know where to put our efforts. Last thing I want to do is go in there and blow them out. Got a few more days to hunt. And we got a target now. We'll be back tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Trevin Stoltzfus, and welcome to the Wilderness Athlete Minute. On today's segment, I want to give you something tangible. We've talked about before how hard it is to get the proper nutrition in the morning because we're so busy. So I want to go into the Wild Kitchen, which is Wilderness Athlete's new cookbook, and I want to take a quick look at a recipe that will help you get the proper nutrition in the morning. Raspberry Almond Delight starts out with 1 scoop of Wilderness Athlete vanilla meal replacement, a half a cup of frozen raspberries, a 1/4 cup of chopped almonds, and 10 ounces of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Put them in a blender and you have got a delicious and nutritious morning shake. For these and other amazing recipes, log on to wildernessathlete.com and get your very own The Wild Kitchen.
Frustration can build and your best laid plans fail, and Mother Nature keeps throwing more challenges at you. From the unseasonably hot days to torrential rains, the elk were acting as if the rut was over. As if that wasn't enough, the swirling winds made for near impossible stalking conditions. We were quickly reaching the limits of our patience. But frustration is the challenge. It's the challenge that keeps us moving. Without it, success would be meaningless. We weren't ready to quit. We accepted the challenge and the frustrations and kept adapting and pushing for the elk encounters we know we needed to be successful.
That bull we found last night, we left him alone. It's always a little bit of a gamble that they're going to be where you left them. That worked out this time. So we're just going to watch them for a little bit. It just looks like they're just bedded down. They're not really wanting to move anywhere. If they just stay where they're at, we're going to make a big loop around to get the wind right, move in on this guy, and hopefully get a good play on him. These elk are just over from this pond. I know they didn't water last night. It's gonna be pushing 80 degrees today. Wind's setting up great to set this pond. I just see them coming right over this saddle down this main trail. They're gonna have to get a drink at some point today. I mean, elk need water in 80-degree weather, so. See if we can get cozy and get tucked in some shade. Feeling so exposed down here. I just told Garrett, let's go up where we can cover the saddle, have better cover. Right as I stood up, grabbed my pack, I looked up on the hill. There was a cow staring at me. I knew they were gonna have to get some water at some point. Dang it. Just feeling so exposed, I was thinking, if all 15 of those elk come in here, we're gonna get picked off. That's exactly what happened. We heard him again in here. Not 100% sure where he's at. We're gonna work down this ridge, see if we can get eyes on him, see if we can hear him again. But this rain's starting. Let's see what it does to us.
I'm Trevin Stoltzfus, and this is Dave Baronio with Outback Outdoors, and this is the Wasp Archery Tech Talk.
There's always been a debate. What's better, a trocar or chisel tip or a cut-on contact blade? Trevin, what do you think?
I'm a cut-on contact guy, partly because I shoot a traditional bow. And in my opinion, I believe that a cut-on contact head in soft tissue gets better penetration, but that's just me.
But for me, I like the chisel tip. I like the trocar tip, especially hunting animals such as elk, a big boned animal, where that trocar tip can break through the rib and get into the cavity, creating a clean kill. But at the end of the day, it depends on, it's accurate, does it work in your setup, are you gonna be efficient?
I think that's the most important thing, is being able to take the time to shoot them both and see what best works for you.
To learn more about the trocar tip or the cut-on contact blade, visit Wasp Archery.
Make the switch.
Confirmed. We got elk. We got elk to go play with today. The torrential rains made access into elk country impossible by truck. We were forced to walk 2 to 3 miles from the gravel road just to get to where we could start to glass for elk. On top of our loss of easy access, the rains flipped a switch and the elk fell completely silent. Small bulls moved in with the cows. Our targets, the mature herd bulls, were drifting around aimlessly by themselves, not responding to calls at all. Left with no calling opportunities, no good ambush locations, our only option left was to try spot and stalk. That's a hands down shooter right there. That is a beautiful bull. Kind of start moving that way a little bit. We just located a really nice bull. As far as I can tell, he's by himself. We had another small bull further down the draw. We had a big open meadow to get across to get back into the cover. We popped up the decoy. That bull just watched us go across. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in too, but this is a pretty nice bull across here. We're gonna take our rain gear off, get quiet, see if we can get up there on him. double check my range. I think I shot right over him. I didn't hear an impact, did you? We busted our butt to get around on this bull. He was slowly working up this ridge. I had a range of 50. Maybe he was closer than I thought, but he also looked like he jumped on the string. So I think he was closer than that. Hang tight, I'm gonna range it back and see what it was. Clean this. I should have taken the time to range a few more landmarks. It's all right, we'll get out of here, come back tomorrow. Up there, coffee pot is off.
Rode down Wolf Creek Pass.
As the hunt progressed, we started to find more elk, but breaks in the rain and snow were limited. Cameras and water don't mix. But between small breaks in the weather, we did have a few encounters with elk. I found one young bull that worked in the decoy and the call beautifully, but I opted to pass. With a freezer full of elk meat, I chose to stick to my plan of only arrowing a mature bull.
Was riding alone.
Look behind you very slowly. He's right there, 20 yards.
Line back done.
I'm gonna pass.
It was the color of stone on a company saddle, on a company horse. Give him the name for Chief Joseph Nez Pierce, and down Davenport Canyon, pushing 17 head, I swore to the foreman.
He's a freaking monster, dude.
That night in the canyon, windy black, except for the lightning.
I felt the wind hit the back of my neck. I'm like, please, gust back up, please.
Cattle wild and red.
Yeah, you totally smelled. Oh my God.
Swore to finish the job.
We're gonna sneak up to the edge of the field, pop the decoy, and see if we can suck one of those bulls off the edge of that herd. Give these guys a quick try before we call the trip.
White autumn lightning.
There they are.
We'll ride once again.
Well, this wraps up Montana. What an incredible hunt. Extremely challenging hunt with a rainstorm that was the most rain they've had in 30 years. And there's still water puddled out here in the field behind us. Got on some great bulls almost every day, even regardless with the weather. But they're really not rutting that hard. But it was a great hunt. I called in a bull, passed him up. It was fun. Came into the decoy. I missed a really nice bull. You know, you get excited, and if you don't get excited, you should probably hang it up. And been a great hunt. It's an incredible country. First time in here, and looking forward to hopefully drawing this tag again, another year or two, and be back up here.
Thanks for watching Outback Outdoors. We encourage you to comment below, and as always, like, subscribe, and click the alert to stay up to date on all our new videos.